everyone. Welcome to Phase on Rally Interviews. Thank you for clicking on the video in the first place. I really appreciate you guys clicking the subscribe button, like the video if you enjoyed it, and comment below any kind of questions you want me to ask, any kind of questions you want me to ask future players, any kind of questions you have for me personally. I can answer them in the comments as well. But like I said, enjoy the interview. Thank you again for clicking on the video in the first place, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for sitting with me, Massu, coming off of the longest best of 5 series that ended up being 3 games against Shopify Rebellion. Game 3, locking in Lucian, having these incredible ults where you, at the end, just completely hit every bullet on Shopify's ADC, whose name is escaping me right now, and finish him off with a double shot, or double tap.
Yeah.
What the hell happened in that series in Game 3?
In game 3, I think we just had a few disasters in the early game, so we fell behind on mid, and they ended up focusing heavily on denying him farm and playing on his side. And as the Lucian, I was farming pretty well, so I need to get my first item and kind of control the game and be able to help my teammates out and get them to their items. And I think I was doing a decent job at the start, but then I think I had a few very, very foolish mistakes where I got Orianna ulted or I got Sion ulted. So I think that's why the game was harder than it should have been.
And whenever I watch Lucian play, I keep missing old mythic items. When you get old IE, old shield bow. What was the one item that you would dash?
Gale Force.
Gale Force.
I mean, if I still had Gale Force, I think I would 1v9 the game. Yeah.
Dude, I ironically miss mythic items. It's just it was just better, I think. But of course, I could be mistaken because I'm not playing on stage. Would you hear that it was the longest best of 3 series or best of 5 series in LTA/LCS history? Are you surprised by that? Did it feel like it took that long on stage?
It honestly did feel pretty long. Yeah, I think both the Senna game and the Lucian game, it took quite a while. And it is surprising because it's a 3-0 and it's the longest series, so that is pretty insane.
I mean, when you think of Lucian, you think of 20-minute games, 30 not you don't think of super long games because Lucian and his scaling don't exactly go hand in hand. Switching gears a little bit, this is my first time interviewing you. Since you came onto the scene, you've kind of just exploded internationally. You were in the Worlds trailer last year. You've become, people in Korea are excited to watch you play when they're playing against teams like T1, Genji, HLE. NA, you've gotten a bunch of fans, and casters are always always amazed at your plays and the angles that you're getting. What has it been like getting that level of success and fame coming from North America, and still having to live up to that pressure?
It's been really cool. It's way more than I would have imagined when I first started, even though I always believed that I could be good. I always believed in myself. I think sometimes the pressure could get to me, or there's times where maybe my mindset isn't as good as it is or as it should be, where I kind of question myself, where I think there's all these people that watch me and think I'm good, but am I as good as they think? Those thoughts creep into my head sometimes. But when I'm really focused, when I'm really locked in, I think I have a lot of confidence in myself, and I have a lot of belief that I can live up to what people think of me, and even if I don't, that it doesn't matter, as long as I know the kind of player I can be.
That's actually really interesting because I've never actually heard, because I've talked to Bjergsen in the past when he was still playing. I didn't talk to Carrier, that got cancelled. I talked to LWX. I remember him from FPX when they won Worlds.
Yeah, I remember.
And I have talked to all these players, and I've never heard them talk about the doubts that come into their mind when you're thinking you're not playing well. It's having that perspective is actually really interesting, coming from someone who's I have my dad's a Smiley Muslim, for people that don't know. Coming from that background, that perspective, seeing you playing on stage and you saying, I have these doubts, but I'm still playing at this top of the game and I have my confidence. That's really cool to see, just from my perspective.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's been really cool to see. you're on this amazing team as well, who's been playing lights out. Before I started recording, I said, when you guys make it to MSI, and you guys make it to my backyard. Um, it's how has it been like playing? Like, how you guys stayed grounded? Have you like stayed humble, like saying, okay, yes, we're playing really well, but there's this.
I think no matter like how good you play as a team or individually, at the end of the day, you have to like take every game seriously. You can't just disrespect some teams or disrespect some players or whatever just because you think that you're better than them. That's kind of just how you lose. That's how upsets happen. So I think just no matter how good you are as a team, you have to take every game seriously, play to your win conditions, and kind of like play out the game with a solid plan, and don't just do things because you think you are that much better than the other team.
I mean, like, you're also playing on a great team with, you got Whippo in the top lane, Busio as your support, who's spending a lot of time on Twitter lately. I refuse to call it X.
Yeah.
Of course, you got like this amazing team around you. How is
Yeah.
it like, how with the seniority that you guys have, both with like Inspired in the jungle, Whippo top lane, you have a fifth man who we haven't seen on stage yet. How, or sixth man, I guess.
Yeah.
Six, yes, I can count ish.
Yeah.
How has it been like playing with those guys, going through this slog, as I called it, of a split? Felt like it's taken forever. Like, how has it like been with the sixth man coming in? How's it like? How is that the bonding process been with you guys playing so well?
I mean, it's not always super bright and fun, even though I think we have a pretty good team dynamic and environment. You know, when there is bad weeks where we don't play well in scrims, or where our practice is not good, there is like still some tension that happens, and I think that's natural. I think that has to happen between teams so you can keep growing and keep getting better. So I think for our team, we just have good vibes, but we know when to also keep things serious, and kind of if we're stagnating, we know that it's time to actually fully lock in.
That's a reason to have a lot of international experience in the team. Changing gears a little bit. Do you know who Mahir is?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the bet he made on Travis Gafford's show the other night?
No.
So
What did he say?
he said that if you guys lost to Shopify, he was going to shave his head.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like that I was like the only like little inkling. I was like, okay, maybe if Shopify wins, we get to see a bald Mahir. That'd be fun to see.
That would have been quite fun. Someone's racing outside of your house.
It's a motorcycle. I live right by a highway.
Oh, I see.
I'll put a noise reduction in the background. Speaking of your teammates, I talked to Busio 3 weeks ago now, and I talked to him about his Twitter game and how he's been spending a lot of time on social media and impacting his brand. Has he like?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen him on his phone all the time in scrims, responding to tweets, or has he like tried to influence you guys getting back on X, getting back on Twitter, interacting more with the fans?
He definitely doesn't do it in scrims because like he's pretty locked in during scrims. He focuses on the game, and then after the game there's review, and then already the next draft starts. So there isn't much time to like check Twitter or post tweets and stuff like that. But at other times of the day when he's free, yeah, he's on there quite often.
Has he pushed like you or anyone else on the team to like maybe interact more on social media, even though it is usually pretty toxic, or it can be pretty toxic depending on the week?
Not really. I mean, there's like sometimes nudges when he adds someone of us or like tags us, but hasn't like explicitly told us to hop on X more.
I mean,
or Twitter.
It'd be fun to see because it reminds me of like old League of Legends with like Double Lift interacting more, Dardoch interacting more.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to see. Last question for you here, because I don't want to keep you here too long. I could talk to you for hours. What have you been doing outside of League of Legends for fun to keep yourself stable and like grounded?
There's a few things I do. I have a lot of friends who are over in Canada, so I can't like obviously see them in person. So we end up talking a lot on Discord, and sometimes I even join in when we're not playing any game just to talk and kind of catch up. And that's like a fun way to unwind. And then the other thing is me, Busio, Arrow, and a few other people have been just going to the movie after match days. We just go to like a theater that's next to us, and it's pretty fun. We just pick out like a movie, we pick out a time, and then we go see it. So those two things for now.
That sounds like a lot of fun. It's I always ask those questions to pros now, so fans can see a bit more behind the scenes, more about the players as opposed to just what they see on stage. But I think I'm about to get in trouble with Ash, so I'm gonna let you go. Thanks very much for
Thank
sitting
you.
with me, and
Of course.
good luck next week, or not next week, the week after. Playoffs are weird.
Yeah.
And hopefully see you here in Vancouver in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Too.